Okay, so streaming live on Periscope and on Facebook. So I hope you guys can see me and hear me. I know the angle's a little weird. I'm trying to figure out the best angle here from where I'm at. All right, just to give you guys a little introduction, who I am, Tanaya-Marcia Silhouette, and I am in the network marketing industry, and this training that I'm doing right now is basically, it's based on one of my mentors' trainings. It's called the CTE, or step 1, 2, 3, whichever way you hear it. It's connect, tool, and event. It's basically how to get your prospects from step 1, which is the invite, connecting with them, to all the way to at least a third-party validation, and basically to a decision. So there's 3 main steps on how to get them to that. And like I said, step 1, which is connecting with them, is basically your invite, when you initially share your business opportunity with the prospect. That's what step 1 is. Step 2 is the tool. Usually it's something that you can give to your prospect immediately to show them, okay, this is what it is, what I'm showing you, but this is what I was explaining in number 1, and here's a little bit more information about it. Something that they can have immediately so they can get some info. Step 3 is basically an event, and that is where you connect your prospect to a third party who can answer their questions more than what a tool can do. It's like more of a personalized way for the prospect to get the information via a live person or an event, a phone call or whatever. And that is the step 1, 2, 3 CTE. And then after they've gotten all of that, then they, you just figure out what kind of concerns need to be resolved, and you close it out and get them to a decision, whatever that decision may be. If they want to join your business, if they want products from your business, or if they don't want anything to do with it. So I'm just going to go over some of the options that you have in those steps, and how you move your prospect along the process, so that you're not just nagging people and lost. There needs to be a progression. So step 1, connecting, is the invite. There's different ways you can do the invite. There's people that have done invite specific training to help you with your invite. Really, I find, for me, the best way to do the invite is to be genuine. You should always be genuine. It should be a genuine conversation. So when you're talking to your prospect, we'll just say your warm market, the people that you already know, you already have a relationship with them in some way. So usually the invite is like you following up with them, like in general, like, hey, how has your life been? Or whatever conversation that you're in that's genuine, usually asking how people are doing. And then they say something that triggers an opportunity for you to share your business. It could be that they are going through some money issues, or it could be they want more money and they're not going through money issues, but they want more, or they want a different stream of income, or maybe they are, maybe they got fired, or maybe they're not happy with their job or their 9 to 5, or maybe they're already in network marketing and they want, like I said, they want some other options out there. Or it could be, for my company in particular, maybe they have some health issues, and that might make you think that your products might be something that they need. Like, I know my business, I feel that everyone needs my products, but you can't just go out to somebody and say that and not give them a real reason why it would benefit them in particular. So usually I'm in a conversation with somebody, and they will tell me something that triggers a response, and that's when I'll share my business opportunity with them. And I make sure that it's genuine. I make sure they don't think I'm just trying to sell them something, but I'll tell them, hey, I usually let them elaborate a little bit more on what it is that they're saying when I hear the trigger, to make sure that I'm hearing it correctly. And then I'll restate what they said. Like, oh, it sounds like you're saying that you need this, or it sounds like, you have this issue. Like, I kind of restate it to make sure that I'm hearing it right. And usually, when they confirm that, yeah, that's something that they need, I'll tell them, hey, well, there's this thing you know, there's this thing that I have, or whatever. There's this opportunity that I think you need to know about. And they'll ask me, what is it, right? And that gets you to step 2. Now you've gotten the prospect to step 2. So I ask them, how do you want the information? Do you want me to send you a video that explains a little bit about this opportunity? Do you want me to set you up with one of my business partners who can explain it to you? Do you want, you know, to get on the phone with someone? You know, step 2, you use tools that are easy. So some of those things that I mentioned are actually third-party validation, but some people just want to go straight to the phone. If that happens, you can still give them a tool. The tools that we consider step 2 are a newspaper that has information on your products, a video that has information on your products and the business opportunity. It can be a pre-recorded phone call that somebody in your company made that you can send to your prospects so they can hear the information in a non-invasive manner. You know, those are tools, you know. Or if your business has been featured in a magazine, we have a magazine where we've been featured and we use that as a tool. Or one of my business partners, another one of my mentors, created his own pamphlet book that he calls the Passport, and he uses that so that you can flip through the book, you can read about the business, you can read about the products that we have, and you know that you can do that on your own time. Those are tools that you can use to get your prospect from step 1 to step 2. Now, for the ones that say, hey, I want to get on a phone call with somebody, or I want to get to a meeting, or I want a one-on-one, they're basically going from step 1 to step 3. Now, when they say that, you confirm it. You make the appointment with them. You say, sure, you set that up. Now, what I do is I still do step 2 after that. I set the appointment for step 3, and then I tell them, great. Now, in preparation for that meeting that you're going to have with my business partner, or in preparation for that phone call that you're going to have with my business partner, I would like to send you some information so you know what we're going to be discussing on this call or at this meeting. And that, once again, goes back to the tools in step 2. You can send them a video. You can send them a pre-recorded call. You can, if they're in front of you, you can send them a, you know, a flyer or a pamphlet or whatever that it gives them some background information on what they're about to hear about when they get to third party. So now, with me, what I've noticed for these 3-way phone calls, a lot of times it's usually better if I don't send them the information, step 2, until like 15 minutes before they get on the phone. Because as soon as they hear about the information or they read it, they're going to get confused, and they're probably going to have questions, and they're going to want them answered immediately. So if I set up a phone call for somebody for like 8:00 p.m., I will tell them, you know, hey, you know, we're scheduled for the call at 7:45. I'm going to send you a video and you're going to watch it. It's an 8-minute video. It gives you 15 minutes to watch 18-minute video. And then as soon as it's fresh in your mind and you got those questions, write them down, because I'm going to get you on that phone at 8:00 and you can ask my business partner all those questions. Now, getting to step 3, once again, a lot of prospects don't understand why they need to talk to a third party. And we always explain to them, well, you know, as a professional, I follow a certain system in my industry. And what we found is that, you know, usually information is better received by a third party, especially somebody who might be more knowledgeable in this subject than I am, because I'm still new to the business. Or if you've been in the business long, just tell them this is the way our system is, and as a professional, I want to share the information with you the same way that I received it, and I receive my information from a third party, and we follow a system for a certain reason. And the reason why we in my company follow that system is because no matter how long you've been in the business, we establish a system so that new people to the business can see that you don't need to be an expert in this industry in order to make money and to be successful at getting people into your business, into your organization. You always go through a third party to share the business opportunity with your prospects, because that is the way the system works. That way a new person can do it, and somebody that's been doing this for 5 years can do it. So we all follow the same system. And you know, being that I'm a professional, I don't want to deviate from the system. So now that I've explained to you why we have a system that we follow, I would appreciate it if you allow me to do this the right way, so that you can get the best information and the best presentation that you should have, you know, because yeah, I may be able to explain this to you myself if I've been doing this for a while, but so can the person that you're going to talk to. And I want you to meet them anyway, because they're a great person that you should know. So those are just some ways for you to move them along. And third party, like I said, third party validation, the event that you connect them to, it can be a three-way phone call. It can be a one-on-one meeting. It can be a bigger meeting, like a home meeting or a hotel meeting or a major event, corporate event. It could also be a webinar, because a lot of times what some prospects, they want answers to their questions, but they don't want to talk to people on the phone. They want something where they can just maybe get the questions answered without them having to speak. So a webinar is good, because some of those webinars, you have the capability to type in questions. Like even right now, I'm streaming on Periscope and on Facebook. This would be considered a third-party validation. So if there was a prospect that was watching this live stream, you know, they can type in a question and I can read it in real time and I can answer for them. And it's a little bit more comforting for them. They don't want to, you know, be on the phone with me one-on-one, because they don't want me talking directly to them, because they're not a talkative person. But at least they could just type one question and then get it answered, and then they can like disappear. You know, some prospects are like that. So if you give them that option, it's good for them. Or like I said, they can just talk to a business partner one-on-one if they don't want to go to a big meeting, or they might want to go to a big meeting so they can experience the culture and see, you know, is this thing really real, or is it just you doing it? You know, now they see all these other people and they're like, oh, okay, that's cool. And they can slip in, slip out if they want, you know, if they don't want that pressure of just having to be there the whole time, you know. But I also find that when you're using the events, it's good to go through an event cycle. You know, don't invite somebody to a large meeting if they haven't been to a smaller one yet. You can tell them that they exist, but most of the time it might be overwhelming. So if they decide they want a meeting, usually it's a one-on-one first, and then later when you follow up with them, then maybe they can go to a bigger meeting, you know, because one-on-ones are good for people. If they have a lot of questions, they could get them answered by one person. They're not distracted by a lot going on. And then after that, they can go to like a home meeting, and then maybe a hotel meeting where they can experience the culture, like I said. So you just got to figure out what type of person your prospect is, and you know, find what works for them. So let me see here. I'm sorry, I'm multitasking right now because I just pulled up to where I'm supposed to be. But if you guys have any questions on the CTE, I did put, well, on Facebook I put a link to a great video that my mentor Brandon Cunningham did, and it's called it's so simple 1 2 3. It's also on YouTube. If you look up Brandon Cunningham on YouTube, there's a video he did called It's So Simple 1 2 3, and it goes over what I just said. It's connect, tool, and event. How to get your prospect from step 1, which is the invite, to a tool, to third-party validation, and eventually to a decision. So after they've received third-party validation, now they need to figure out, is there something that they're missing with what the information that you gave them? Do they still have any concerns? Do they want to do this, but they don't know how to get started? Maybe they don't have the money. Maybe they want more information on a specific product or whatever it is that your business has. Those are the things that you now need to figure out in your follow-up how to resolve. We call them resolving concerns. This goes past third-party validation. Now you're in step, I call unofficial step 4, where you're dripping on them and you're basically figuring out, how do I get you from step 3 to a decision? Even if your decision is, I don't want to do this. A lot of times your prospects are scared to tell you. You got them to third party and you're trying to figure out, why haven't they joined the business yet? Why haven't they said anything? Because they're scared. Depending on how you approach them, they're either scared or confused, you know. So you need to figure out, what do they need? What do I need? Follow up, resolve concerns. Ask them straight up, hey, you know, the reason why I shared this with you is because I care about you, and I think this is something that would benefit you, either the products or the business or both, you know. But I don't want you to feel like I'm trying to sell you or I'm trying to pressure you. So what, at this point, after you've gotten all this info, do you need for you to make a decision? Even if your decision is no, I just need you to make an informed decision so that we are all on the same page. You know, we're going to still be friends. Nothing's going to change. I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything when I shared this information with you. So when you're going through your steps 1, 2, 3, don't forget about follow-up. You know, that's implied, but it's there. You got to follow up with your prospects. Don't think that, oh, I got them the third party, I'm done. No, you're not done until they make a decision, you know, and sometimes they don't know what they're missing. Sometimes they get to third party and they can't tell you what they want to do because they don't have enough information to make a decision. You, as the expert in this business, you, the one that's sharing it with them, you need to help them find what it is that they're missing so they can make that decision. So I don't want you to think that the CTE ends there, because it doesn't. That's just, you know, the beginning. So I mean, that's short and to the point right there. There's really nothing else more to say. I think that everyone on this stream should definitely watch the video, watch the YouTube video. Once again, it's called It's So Simple 1, 2, 3. It's by Brandon Cunningham. He's a leader in my company and one of my mentors, and he's amazing at what he does, which is why he's a leader in our company, and very well-respected person. And it's a very simple, short video where he goes through the CTE, the 1, 2, 3 process, and he shows you exactly how to move your prospects along in that process. So that's all I have, Team DSF. I'm going to end this short, and I will talk to you guys later. So, peace.